Welcome to the Beza podcast with Jasmine, and we are going to be covering a lot of topics. We're going to be interviewing at small businesses, artists, and we're going to be covering a lot of information here from Tampa Bay. And today we are so excited because we have our first episode. And I have not only a dear friend, but I have a person who has supported our small business since the beginning. And here she is, Leia.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
It's so good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Very, very welcome. And we are here in her space today. We're going to be talking a little bit about your business. Maybe we start introducing ourselves, how we met.
Yeah, I think we know each other for about what, like 5
years?
6 years?
5, 6 years, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for a gym to go to, and I wanted to do something that, you know, it would be more like family oriented because I have a 11-year-old son and I couldn't bring him, and you know, it would be fun. And I found your gym and it was pretty amazing.
Well, I'm gonna say my first experience when I met you the first time, it was pretty funny because I remember.
No.
It was at the lobby in the gym, and you had this very contagious energy. So you were like very, very vibrant.
Well, actually, when we first met, I was not a business owner yet. I was working at a spa in South Tampa.
Yeah.
And I invited her over.
Yeah, that was a long, long time ago.
Really? Yeah. Because my business, like I'm a solo esthetician for like 5 years now. So maybe like 6 years ago.
Yeah. So you have come a long way from there, right? So you left that job and you decided to open your own business?
Yes. It's been a pretty amazing yet challenging journey for me because when you go to aesthetics school, the first thought that everyone has is like, I want to graduate and go and open my own business. I saw a lot of that happening and I wanted to understand why people would do that. A lot of them really didn't need to be supporting their family with their business. It was just like a hobby, or because it looks cool, or because they would be like the professional in the industry. For me, it was more like I wanted to be successful enough that I can actually support my family financially too.
And how long did it take you to realize that that's what you wanted to do?
Oh, from the beginning that I went to aesthetics school, that was definitely my goal. And then that's why when I left aesthetics school, I decided I want to go and work in the spa industry before. And then once I have enough experience with clients and how the business work, then I'm going to go on my own.
Well, that makes sense because I'm guessing there's a lot to this business, right? A lot to learn before you go on your own. So that's one of the questions that I wanted to ask because we want to educate, and you are a big inspiration for us, and I'm sure for a lot of businesses out there. And you have a lot of experience already because you've been with this business for about 4 years?
It's going to be 5 years this year.
Yeah. How difficult was for you to open up the business? Did it require a lot of work?
Yeah, so I fortunately built a lot of relationships during the time that I was working in the spa industry. At that time, I was already talking to so many people that work with the same brand of products and did the same type of niche that I have right now. Because in this industry, there is so many things and so many innovative treatments, like a lot. So you have to first figure it out who you want to be. You know, out of all those aesthetic treatments and service that you're providing, who do you want to serve? And during my, spa time that I worked for someone else, I was able to figure that out. And then from there, I was just talking to other people that already had business in the industry, and I, gathered the information that I need to go on my own. But when I decided to go on my own, I was still working at another spa.
Okay.
And I was little by little
So you were
building
doing
my
both
own
at the
business.
same time.
I was doing both at the same time,
that's
definitely.
smart. I feel like most small businesses nowadays kind of work that way.
Yeah.
Because you need something to support you while you're trying to get to that point where you're by yourself.
Exactly. And I think like the best thing you can do is like starting it small. I know like the goal is to be this, you know, successful and luxurious spa, but like you have to climb a ladder little by little, right? To be able to get to the top.
It's a struggle to get there. It's a small business. There's a lot of steps, right, that we have to go through. And can you explain a little bit more about what your niche in this aesthetic business is?
Yeah, so I am from Brazil. I grew up in a farm and I was raised in a farm. So I'm always about, you know, holistic and nature.
We have that in common.
Yes, that's why we clicked.
Yeah.
So for me, it was very important to help people maintain healthy skin. Like I do corrective treatments, but my goal is like to really have people understand that everything comes from inside out.
Yeah.
So like holistically speaking, there is a lot of factors that can affect your skin.
Yeah.
And that took, you know, my own journey to be able to translate that into the vision of my business. So I was struggling with my skin, and then I wasn't able to find the answers. I was going to all these places, spending all this money and all these innovative treatments, but really the root cause, it was something that, you know, it was way deeper. And nobody ever really told me that.
Yeah, I think it's so important that you bring that up in your business, because I feel like most of us and a lot of people that are not educated enough about this topic, they want to take care of the outside, but you first, like you said, you have to take care of the inside. Everything comes from the inside. And then you can take care of the outside after
and
that.
You know that because you are a fitness instructor, yoga instructor, and you know that a lot of our health issues come from, you know, our mind thinking, our, you know, what we feed our bodies and all of that. And if you are not able to translate that to the clients that you are, you know, receiving in your space, then most likely you're not going to be successful, because they're going to come and they're going to go and not coming back. They're going to jump into the next, you know, business.
Yeah, no, I have to say that I love the products that you work with. You know, I've used them for many years and I think they're pretty amazing. They're all organic. And can you tell me a little bit more about what are the challenges of opening a new business, or what maybe you struggled the most with when you were first opening up your business?
So for me, it was not really very challenging in the beginning. It was actually pretty amazing. Like the business grew like so fast and everything was going like so well. And I was like, oh my God, you know, everything seems like it's falling into place. It's meant to be. Definitely it was meant to be, because when I received my first offer to open my business, then everything was kind of like a domino effect. Like everything was like, and I always believe a lot into like the law of attraction, universe, and all of that. I feel like when you're trying against something that is really not, it's not running so smoothly, then you most like to end up in a situation that you don't want to. At that time, I was fortunate that everything was on my favor.
Yeah.
And then opening the business was easy because, again, I had contacts. I had people that was willing to help me. And that's why today I am that kind of esthetician that I don't see anybody as a competition. I like to help them too, to build their own business. But yeah, I had someone that gave me all the book of aesthetics, opening your own business. And all I did was just follow that. And then my clients followed me. Of course. And that was a big thing, because starting a business with no clients, then you have to like promote yourself to gain clients. So little by little, I learned the clients that I want to have, what is my ideal location, my ideal clientele, all of that. You have to like do your own research. You have to like look up to other people that are in the business and is doing well, right? Even the ones that are not doing so well. So that way you learn what not to do.
Yeah, I think, that's very important nowadays to learn from other businesses.
Yes.
Because there's so much competition out there.
Especially in Tampa now.
Yeah. So, you know, one of the things that I really love that you were saying is that you got help to get started. And I love that you have kept that and you are willing from the bottom of your heart to help any other business. I mean, we own a media company and we're in the same. I love supporting other businesses, you know, and we're always giving, you know, free advice to other businesses so they can be successful. They can learn from what we have, you know, made a mistake on.
Yes, because in the end of the day, nobody's your competition. You're always going to be unique for who you are, for the personality that you bring. When you provide services, people actually have the right to choose who they want to work with, right? So you can put a beautiful website, this and that, but like when they see you, it's up to your professionalism, your technique, your personality, and what you bring to the table. And you don't have control of that. So that's why nobody compete with nobody. Your craft is always going to be unique.
That is so true. That is so true. So since we're talking so much about your business, can you give us a little bit of detail on where you're located, your name, and all that good information?
Yeah, so I'm currently located in Seminole Heights area. So I'm literally walk distance from the Zoo of Tampa.
Very convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. And especially for moms, because, you know, we have the school here so they can drop off their kids coming back and there's summer camp. So that's pretty amazing.
That's ideal, actually. Yes.
And it's very central for people coming from downtown, South Tampa, and also people coming from North Tampa and all these areas here where we have more of the Latin community on Armenia, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the location where I'm at. Definitely it's not my definite location, but now it's where I'm comfortable with. And the name of my business comes, of course, from my name. When I was in the spa industry, like anybody else, you have a non-compete agreement that you have to follow after you leave your job. And
I hate those.
I know. But then I was just like, how can I, you know, get people to go out there and find me? And the only way I could possibly think it was my name, because it's not a very common name.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And organic, because they all knew that I was passionate about organic skincare, and I worked with Eminence Organics already at that time, doing the trade shows and the statics conferences. So I was like, okay, organic skincare by Leia. And it worked, because people found me on Google. They just type it in and it was easy like that. And they all came, followed me, and I started my business with a few clients already.
And that's how I basically met you, with that name.
Yeah.
So now that you're talking about education, so what do you have to do to keep yourself engaged in this environment of skincare? What do you do to always be in the top, to know what's the latest in technology in reference to skincare?
Right. So I, of course, have a lot to learn, but the reason I partner with the brand that I did, it was because they are awarded like 16 years already on the best professional education in the aesthetics industry. So that's a big thing, because I get trained every 3 months by them. And like when other aesthetics, you know, community are still learning something, we're already ahead of the game. And that's pretty cool. Participate in a lot of webinars, making sure you are receiving all the magazines. Like there is innovative aesthetics coming every day. Like there is over 100 devices.
I know, it's so crazy.
And being created every day, and products. So it's a lot to keep up. So I try to focus on what I offer and, you know, go from there. Like I don't want to I do have knowledge about like medical devices and all of that, but I'm only focusing on my craft.
Yeah.
And then if anybody wants a different service that I cannot provide, I am humble enough to work with other professionals in town that can provide that service to them, and I would just refer them. I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I wanted to say that I came to a class you offered not too long ago, and you were teaching us on how to use certain products and in what order. I think it's so important, and most women's, like, we want to take care of our skin, but we don't know where to start on how to do it properly, and that's a big part of it. Keep a beautiful skin. So I love that class. I mean, I hope that you can keep those going if they're worth it for you. But I think it was pretty awesome, and I think that you're very good at explaining and educating people. I know that you're going to be one of their spokesperson, right?
Yeah, so I recently started training for education for the brand that I work with. So that was a dream of mine, and finally it's coming to life.
That's awesome.
So I'm super excited.
What brand is that?
Eminence Organic.
Yeah, and they've been in business since what,
1958? Yeah, so they're professional only, and they are based in Hungary. So all products are organic, biodynamic farming.
And I have to say that if you buy one product, you would want to buy all of them because they smell heavenly.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing products. They're all organic if you're into that kind of craft, but the products are pretty amazing.
Yeah, so that's one thing. When I opened my business, I wanted to bring quality over quantity. I know a lot of people like want to have like, you know, a big space and a lot of options of treatments, but I wanted to stick with quality. And that's why I decided to bring Eminence Organics, which is a brand that not many solo estheticians carry because, I mean, it's a big investment.
Yeah.
And we are competing with a lot of big spas, such as JW Marriott, and you know, like a lot of big spas, and I love that challenge because I will receive some of their clients here, and it's a more personable experience than just a number.
Sure, yeah, for sure. And let's talk about the daily challenges of, you know, finding clients or finding the right clients, because sometimes it's hard to find those, right? The ones that want to pay for your service, for your time, the ones that are responsible, you know, to schedule on time, to cancel if they have to on time.
Well, the reality is of clientele, like when I first started, I mean, you know, Latins, we don't want to pay too much for anything.
We're cheap.
We want the best, but we don't want to pay for the best.
We want it lindo, barato, y bonito.
Yeah. So because I'm in this area, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to attract those kind of clients. So I think it was very important for me from my social media to like portray my ideal client. Yeah. So in my social media, I don't wear scrubs. Rarely I do. Like, I wear my personality, what I like to wear to work. I am myself. I don't make videos that are highly edited. You know, I will say things that are not correct, whatever.
I love your video, especially the one where you're cousin of the person that is not coming here, that it's late in Spanish.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I love so much with that video.
Yeah, I think like my social media, it's where I gain most of my clientele. Okay. And it's a proof because every time I post a video, I'll get a DM with someone like requesting an appointment. I was lucky enough to be able to learn how to use that in my favor. But I also do believe that it's not a recommendation that I give to other estheticians. I do think they need to have other marketing tools because, as we know, Meta is not reliable. So when that is down, your business is not
the algorithm
gaining
is
exposure,
crazy,
right?
Yeah.
So then I use like my website, like email list, you know, all of that kind of stuff, and collaborating with other people. But like daily struggles for me is just like combining all of those tasks along with having to use my two hands and be in the treatment room the whole day.
You have to do everything, right?
Exactly.
You have to do like 100 jobs in one job.
Exactly. And then like I go home and then, you know, I wanted to spend time with my family.
Your
and
mom,
then yes. And then when my son goes to bed, I'm like editing videos and I'm trying to think what content I want to create next. And I need to study for education classes that I'm starting soon. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then like the actual like finances of the business is also like something that I do it. But my next step is actually getting help from another, you know, possibly esthetician, starting with me doing like more of like the simple things and then transition this person into becoming my second esthetician.
That's awesome because you'll have more freedom.
Exactly. Because when I'm sick or when I'm traveling, then I can't really see any clients or you know, help anyone. That is the biggest struggle and challenge of my time right now. But I find like that overall it's just like plan your day and make sure it goes the way you want, because sometimes clients will like be late, they will cancel last minute, and you know, or they will talk too much, and you know, it's just like, and you have to.
Yeah, I think all of us talk too much. All Latinos talk too much.
Yeah, but I try to also, like, the reason I own my own business and I do create more personable experiences that I'm not like back to back. Yeah, that's another issue that I see with so many estheticians. They don't value their work enough, so they want like cheaper prices and they see like 10 clients a day. I don't do that. Like I see 4 clients a day. If I see 4 clients a day, I'm happy. I made the money that I want and I can go home.
You're giving them an experience, a full experience, and I think that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I think at the end of the day is that we all struggle as a small business with all the things, and we work endless hours a day because with our business, with our media business is the same. We wake up, we're in the computer by 8 and we don't get off until like 6 p.m., 7, sometimes even 8. And it's like Monday through Sunday and Monday through Saturday.
You work more than you ever thought you would.
But it's so worth it also. So I wanna, so that's another thing I wanted to talk about with you is like, is it worth it for you? Is it worth it for you to have your own business versus then work for somebody else?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Some days, you know, I'll have that like crisis where I'm like, just leaving all this and I'm gonna go work for someone else and just grab a paycheck.
Can I do that too? I know I'm the boss. Wait.
I could totally do it, but I don't know if I would be as happy and felt accomplished as I am being my own you know, boss. Coming from, you know, a third world country, growing up really poor, really, because you can relate, not having not having sometimes what to eat in a day, you know, and then from there being here and own a business, and it's very like hard for you to say like, oh, even with all the biggest struggles, it's very hard for you to quit, you know, I'm always like, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting.
Yeah. So I think the biggest take from that is that if anyone is watching this out there that is thinking on opening their own business and you're afraid to take the first step, don't be afraid. There's a lot of struggles, but with that said, once you do it and you work hard at it, you're not going to regret it. You're going to love it, and you're not going to want to go back to work for anybody else, basically.
Right? Yeah, because, you know, at the end of the day, life is hard no matter what, right? So when you have something to look up to, like, I feel like a lot, it's like faith and vision, like making sure that if it's in your heart, it's able to be accomplished. Yeah, so you know, like, so every day I'm like, this is not the stage where I end this. Like, you know, it's hard, but from here, I know there's a bigger thing coming up.
Yeah.
And every day has been like that. And yeah, even in my worst months as a business owner during pandemic,
I know,
you know, when so many people closed,
Yeah.
like bigger spaces other than my space, you know, and I was able to survive just that. It was
if
like,
we survive that, we can survive anything, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
If it just keep looking back of all the challenges that you already overcome, and that will give you the assurance that you're able to accomplish anything your heart and mind
That is true. That is true.
wants it.
And I want to thank you
Yes,
for
of
being here
course.
today, for sharing this amazing space, for sharing a lot of your experiences. And this will not be the only podcast we're doing together because we have so much more to talk about, right?
Thank you so
From
much.
personal experiences to business experience.
Yes.
But make sure that I'm going to leave her information at the bottom of the video. Make sure you follow her and support small businesses like Leias. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.